Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to another Vinyasa practice. Today's going to be pretty short with lots of strength building for the core. Just a reminder about our yoga asana practice. It's not just about moving through shapes mindlessly, it's about bringing our attention and awareness to how our mind reacts to these different asanas that we perform. And one of the best ways that we can link both our body and our mind is through the breath. So bringing attention to our breath, not holding it in and letting it flow with ease. Can we also bring a sense of curiosity and exploration into our mostly movement practice today? Not seeing our body as a prison to be in, but as a place to challenge, to explore, get excited about. So yeah, we're going to be doing all of that today. Let's start by lying down on our backs. So bring yourself down, let your hands extend by your sides, palms facing up, letting the toes, the knees roll out. And take a big breath in through the nose. And when you feel like you can't fill up anymore, sip in a little bit more air. Feel the ribs start to expand, the belly expand. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Big exhale out of the mouth. Breathe in, same thing. Breathe in for as long as you can, as deep as you can. Feel the thoracic cavity expand in all different directions, then hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out of the mouth. Letting energy move through, letting any blockages release. Bringing your full attention to your body, to your breath on this mat. And it's the best gift that we can give ourselves: time, love, space. We're going to take 2 more big breaths and then we will start to move. Of course, you can take longer if you need. Just pause the video and then come back in when you're ready. And then starting to breathe back in and out through the nose, perhaps even bringing in your Ujjayi pranayama, so the constriction of the back of the throat as we inhale and exhale. Let's start by bringing our feet over our hips. You might flex your toes here. Your knees might be bent, or they may be a little bit stronger. See if you can peel the lower belly, the lower back towards the ground to start to engage through the core. Then reach your hands towards your feet. Can you lift through the chest? So lifting your shoulders as high as you can off the ground. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, can you slowly lower your feet? Slowly reach your hands back over your head, keeping the lower back towards the ground. Know that you can always bend your knees here. Oh man, I'm already starting to feel the wobbles. Squeeze in the glutes slightly. We're going to hold here for another 4, 3. Can you lift your shoulders a little bit more? 2, 1. Release the hands, release the head, but keep the feet hovering. You can always bring the feet a little bit higher. Take the hands out wide. Use your next breath in. Draw the knees towards your right elbow. So starting to twist. Left hip lifts. And then as you exhale, extend your feet back towards your low boat. Inhale, left side. So you're keeping the right shoulder on the ground. And then as you extend, feet out, exhale. Inhale, right side. Left shoulder stays on. Maybe twist a little bit deeper. As you exhale, extend. Both of the knees hover off the ground as you inhale. And then as you exhale, keep the lower back towards the ground. Draw the knees above the hips. Big breath in, and then as you exhale, same thing, dropping the knees over towards the right. This time, option to extend the legs out long. Hold here for another breath. Engage through the core, feel the left shoulder peel down, then bend the knees again. Breathe in as you lift up. As you exhale, other side, so knees drop towards the left. Option here to extend the legs out long. So really feeling the fire through the obliques. One more breath. Option to keep the legs extended. Breathe in, back through center. As you exhale, other side. So the lower you take your legs, the more challenging it's going to be. Use your next breath in, back through center. Last time. Exhale. Draw the belly button in slightly. See if you can lower your legs just a centimeter more. Nice. Inhale, back through center. Plant the feet behind your hips. Hands come by your sides. Big breath in. Start to press through the heels. Lift the pelvis, then the lower back, then the upper back off the ground into your Setu Bandhasana. You can stay here and draw the knees in slightly, or rock up high onto your shoulders and then see if you can clasp your hands behind your back. So turning this into a little bit of a back bend. Keep lifting the chest high. Take one more breath here. You could think about squeezing your heels towards your knuckles to activate through the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, release the hands. Gently lower your spine towards the ground. Knees come towards the chest. Grab the backs of your legs or the shins and roll yourself up to a seat. Cross over the feet. Land the hands towards the ground and then step back into your plank position. So we're going to go straight into the heat. You can always drop the knees down here. Spread the fingertips wide. Press the knuckles and the fingertips into the ground. And then start to take some circles on the wrists. Remember, you can also do this on the knees as well. Draw the belly button into the spine. And then shifting directions. So the ribs are drawing down towards the hips. We're pressing away from the ground. Shoulders are protracting away from each other. Take one more breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, send your hips up and back. Draw the eye gaze in between your feet. Immediately take your right foot up on a breath in, three-legged dog. As you exhale, draw the right knee towards the right elbow. Set the right foot outside that hand. See if you can keep your left leg up here, but you can always bring it down. Option to stay with the hands on the ground, or see if you can reach your right hand forward. Shoulders pull back. Then maybe you come up onto left fingertips. Maybe you stay here, or you try and extend the left hand forward as well. Press out of the left heel. Try to draw the belly button away from the thigh. Take one more breath. Beautiful. Draw the left knee back towards the ground. Big breath in as you sweep both hands high. As you exhale, Anjaneyasana. Option here to bend the back leg and try tap or bring the left foot towards the glute. One more breath, maybe a baby back bend. Then drop the left hand towards the ground, tuck onto the left toes, reach the right hand high, lunge twist. You can stay here or drop the left heel towards the ground, turn the right toes towards the side, drop the hips towards the ground, reach the right hand towards the back of the mat. Big breath in, lift the hips, reach the right hand back towards the front of the mat. As you exhale, drop the hips again, horizon pose. Breathe in and lift. As you exhale, circle the right hand back towards the mat, step back into your plank, hold here for a breath in. As you exhale, we lower for a count of 8, 7, all the way to the belly, chaturanga, 6, 5, knees or toes, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower to the ground, extend the hands, extend the legs, big breath in, lifting the hands, lifting the legs off the ground. Can you make your limbs as long as you can here? One more big breath in, squeeze the glutes. As you exhale, hands come down, either pressing up on your knees or tuck onto the toes, lift the knees off, find your way back into your plank. Beautiful. Start to turn the hips back again. Big breath in, sweep the left toes high, three-legged dog, draw the left hip down. As you exhale, roll yourself forward. Left knee towards the left elbow, hug it high, and then set the left foot out by the left hand. Either knee down or up. You can stay here or extend the left hand forward. You can stay here or come onto right fingertips. Final option, try to extend the right hand forward as well. Try draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Try 2 more breaths. Lifting the belly to engage through the core. 1 more breath. Drop the right knee down. Big breath in, sweep both hands high. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, dropping the hips down. Maybe you draw the right foot towards the glute. 1 more breath. So finding a big opening through the right hip flexor and through the heart space. Drop the right toes down, right hand comes towards the ground. Big breath in as we sweep the left hand high, lunge twist. As you exhale, try draw the right heel towards the ground, turn the toes towards the left. Big breath in, lift the hips high. As you exhale, drop the hips down, reach towards the back of the mat. Inhale to sweep the arm towards the front of the mat, lift the hips. As you exhale, last time, drop the hips, send the eye gaze back. Big breath in as you bring the hand towards the ground, left hand, step back into your plank, exhale. Shift the weight forward, inhale, lower for 8, this time to halfway. 7, 6, 5, elbows tuck in, 4, 3, 2, 1, big breath in, upward facing dog or baby cobra, up to you. Squeezing the glutes. As you exhale, come up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend the knees, draw the chin towards the chest, chest towards the thighs. Take one more breath here. Use your next breath to come up towards the top of the mat, feet together or slightly apart. As you exhale, fold yourself forward, chin towards the chest. Inhaling, halfway lift, hands to shins. As you exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms. Maybe a baby back bend as you squeeze your glutes. We're going to send it straight back down. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. As you exhale, hands down, step back to plank. We lower for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing dog. Draw the ankles together, shoulders back. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Come up and back. Hands are wide here. Spread through the fingertips. Use your next breath in either to step or bend the knees, look forward, hop in between your hands. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, fold again. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms. Movement with breath. Exhale, bend the knees, tip yourself from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands down, step back into your plank. Breathe in as you send the weight forward slightly. Come on, high onto the toes, and as you exhale, knees or toes, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to open. This time, knees come down. Knees come down. Send both of your hands forward. Drop the heart space towards the ground. Armpits towards the ground, puppy pose. Hips are above the knees. Keep trying to draw the belly button towards the thighs. If your heart can drop down low enough, you might be able to lift your eye gaze towards the middle of your hands. If you feel any pinching through your back or your spine, please let this go. Remember, we want to be able to breathe. Try 2 more breaths here. Giving ourselves a little bit of time to breathe before we pick up the pace again. When you're ready, bring your hands back into your tabletop position. Press through the hands as you round through the upper back into your cat position. Belly button draws into the spine. Hands reach forward slightly. Tuck onto the toes. Lift yourself up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. You can stay in your downward facing dog or try tap both of the elbows towards the ground into your dolphin pose. You might need to bend your knees a little bit more here to allow the space of your chest to pull through towards the thighs. Use your next breath in. Start to roll yourself forward. As you do, pick up your elbows. Find your way back into your plank. Lift the belly high. As you exhale, send it back. Dolphin pose, elbows tap or downward facing dog. On your next breath in, start to sweep the right toes high, 3-legged dolphin. Keep pulling the chest through. As you exhale, roll yourself forward. Come onto your hands, right knee to left elbow. As you exhale, send it back, 3-legged dog. Inhale, draw the right knee towards the right elbow. As you exhale, send it back, elbows touch down. Last time, inhale, draw the right knee towards the left elbow. This time, as you exhale, draw the right foot towards the outside of the left mat. Extend the left hand high, fallen star. Take a big breath and lift the hips a little bit higher. As you exhale, drop the hips down. Turn towards the back. Left hand plants down. Toes turn towards the left. Breathe in and lift up again. So a modified wild thing here. Exhale, drop the hips. Turn back to the front. Inhale, press through the right hand. Turn the toes. Lift again into your fallen triangle, fallen star, whatever it is called. Option here to lift the right foot off the ground. Now the option here, bring the left hand towards the temple. Bend the right knee if you would like. Try tap the left elbow towards the right knee, so curling in. And then use your next breath out to extend back. Extend the hips high. Left hand comes towards the ground. Woo. Toes reach back into your plank position. Bend the knees. Send the hips back towards the heels into a crouch. Knees are off the ground. Hug the knees towards the armpit. Look forward. Either step or bend your knees and look forward. Hop in between your hands. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to shins. As you exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, Tadasana. Hands come by the sides. Let's take the feet a little bit wider. Inhale, reach high. As you exhale, pull your hands to heart center, bend into the knees, Malasana. So your hips come down, they might be a little bit higher. Elbows link onto the insiders of the thighs. Take a little shift from side to side. We're opening through the chest here, shoulders are pulling back. Now you can stay here, maybe find some stillness, or if you feel ready, we could try find some Bakasana rocks. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your hands wide on the mat, spread the fingertips wide, lift the hips up, come on high onto your toes, bend the elbows back, knees land towards the back of your elbow. Now you just might rock forward, rock back, keeping your feet on the ground. Maybe you rock forward, lift one foot off, rock back, maybe 2 feet off. I've got very, it makes it a little bit harder when you've got slippery elbows. Enjoy, we'll just try that a few more times. And what I recommend is keep pressing out of the hands, separating the shoulder blades and lifting the hips above the shoulders. Let's try one more breath here. Beautiful. Finding a way back into a squat, Malasana, or otherwise. We're going to send it back into our plank position. Big breath in, shift the weight forward. As you exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale to open. And then exhale to come up and back. Downward facing dog. We'll try that on the other side, and then we're going to start to wind things down. You can stay here, or you can draw the elbows towards the ground to find your dolphin pose. Take a big breath in, sweep the left toes high, 3-legged dolphin. As you exhale, draw the hip down. Inhale, roll yourself forward, come onto your hands, tap the left knee towards the right elbow. As you exhale, elbows come down, lift the left foot. Inhale, left knee towards the left elbow or left armpit. Exhale, tap the elbows back down, lift the left foot. Last time. Inhale, roll yourself forward, left knee to right elbow. Then set the left foot outside to the right. Drop the right heel down as you reach the right hand high. Big breath in, lift through the hips. As you exhale, lower the hips towards the ground. Spin yourself towards the right. Turn the toes on the way. Breathe in and lift. And then as you exhale, come back down. Last time. Inhale to lift. Now you can stay here or pressing firmly through the right foot. Try lift the left foot off the ground. You can stay here or take the right hand to the temple. Bend the left knee. Try curl the right elbow towards the left knee. Breathe in and open. And then start to extend the left leg back out long. Woo. Right hand comes back down. Left toes come back down. Big breath in. As you exhale, send the hips over the heels. Knees are off the ground. Hug the armpits down. Either step or look forward and jump in between your hands or somewhere close. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shins. As you exhale, root down and fold. Chin into chest. Inhale to rise. Lift the arms. Maybe a baby back bend here if that feels good. Then exhale, hands by the sides. Take the feet a little bit wider. Inhale to lift. Squeezing the glutes. As you exhale, hands come through heart center. Bend the knees, Malasana. Keep breathing in and lifting through the crown of the head. As you exhale, try squeeze the glutes. Draw the tailbone down. Shoulders back. Again, you can stay here or we can find our Bakasana again. This time we'll try and hold for a few counts. So when you're ready, spread the fingertips wide. Find that firm base of support. Press away from the ground, bend the elbows. Start to rock yourself forward. Lifting your toes up towards your hips. Hold here for as long as you can. And my knees are slipping down my elbows. We'll have another couple of goes and then we will head back. See if you can keep your eye gaze just below you, so you're not looking in between your hands, you're looking out front. That's going to keep the chest broad slightly. We'll try that one more time. Anytime you need to shake out the hands, please do. Keep pulling the belly button into the spine. When you're ready, come back down. Feel free to hop back through your chaturanga if you're coming from your Bakasana. Otherwise, final time for, well, one of our final times. We will chaturanga, elbows bending close. Inhale, press away from the ground. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, come back. Short cool down sequence. And then we'll head into our Shavasana. Big breath in, sweep the right toes high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, draw yourself forward. Right knee comes towards the right elbow. Set the right foot outside the right hand. You can bring the left knee down. You can keep it hovering, or, well, it's not really a cool down here with this move. You can either reach the right hand forward. Maybe you stay here, or you reach the left hand forward as well. Find a long spine, making one long line from your fingers all the way back down to your bottom foot. 2 more breaths, shoulders pull down, belly button away from the thigh. And then when you're ready, hands come down, back knee comes down, shift the hips back, lift up the front toes. Adho Hanumanasana. Encourage that left hip to come forward and right hip to come back. Feeling that length down the back of the hamstrings, maybe into the calf muscle. Let's take one more breath here. Use your next breath in, come back forward. A few different options. You can bring the right hand towards the right thigh and press yourself away. You could stay here, or you could try lift the back foot and see if your right hand can clasp onto the left foot. Pulling that foot in close towards the glutes. Keep pressing out of the left hand and revolving the shoulders back. Big opener for the left hip flexor and quadricep, as well as through the right glute and perhaps even the adductors. One more breath here. When you're ready, releasing the left foot down, tuck onto the left toes. Big breath in as you extend the right hand high, then drop the left heel towards the side, turn the right toes towards the side, drop the hips down into a horizon pose. Use your next breath in to sweep the hands high, reach towards the front, keep the heart spinning towards the side as you exhale last time. Breathe and lift. Bring the right hand towards the ground. We are going to step back into our plank position. Next, inhale, shift your weight forward. As you exhale, lower for 4, all the way down to the belly. 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Take the right hand towards the right side, left hand by the chest, left toes turn high. Big breath in. As you exhale, press through the left hand, take the left foot behind the right thigh. You're trying to press that left knee away. If this feels quite intense for the chest, you can reach the hand above you so that your ear lands on your bicep. If you want a little bit more, you could try to take that left hand behind your back to encourage the left shoulder to open a bit more. Let's try to take 2 more breaths here. Keeping that connection, that awareness in your mind. If you've noticed that you've floated off, keep encouraging yourself to come back. When you're ready, roll yourself back through center, place the left hand down, right hand comes in, press up onto your knees, tuck onto your toes, but keep the knees grounded as you send your hips back into your Bakasana. Use your next breath in, roll yourself up, and then keep the tuck of the toes as you lift the knees up as well, downward facing dog. I'm going to try that on the other side. Breathe in, sweep the left toes high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, draw the left knee towards the left elbow, press away from the ground. Set the left foot outside the left hand. You can keep the hands down, you can drop the right knee, or extend the left hand out long. You could stay here, or extend the right hand out long. Few breaths. Keep pressing away from the ground with that left foot, but drop through the hips slightly. One more breath. Hands come down onto the inside of the foot. Right knee comes down, send the hips back, lift up the left toes. Adho Hanumanasana. Encouraging the chin towards the chest. Filling up the back of the body with breath. Reminding ourselves that the breath is a tool to keep ourselves focused and centered. Use your next breath in, walk yourself forward. As you exhale, either taking the left hand towards the left thigh, pressing away, or you can bend your right knee and take the hand around the foot. Keep trying to spin that left shoulder away to encourage a twist through the spine. Find your drishti, so your eye gaze. Keep it centered on one point. Ideally something that is not moving. Can we try one more breath and see if you have space to pull that foot in a little bit closer? Let's release the foot. Tuck onto the right toes. Big breath in as you sweep the left hand high, lunge twist. Then drop the right heel down, turn the left toes, horizon pose. Big breath in, lift the hips high. As you exhale, drop the hips, reach the left hand behind you. Inhale to lift last time. As you exhale, drop the hips again. Reach the hand behind. Inhale, reach the left hand back towards the front of the mat. Step back into your plank position. We lower on an exhale for 4. All the way down to the belly. 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes. Extend the left hand out towards the side. Right hand by the chest. Turn the right toes high. Big breath in. As you exhale, press through the right hand as you take the right foot behind the left thigh. Encouraging that right knee to press away. If you wanted a little bit more, you could take the right hand behind the back. Trying one more breath here. And then use your next breath in, come back through center. Take the hands by the ribs, press up onto the toes, send yourself back. Bakasana with the toes tucked. Keep drawing the armpits towards the ground to open through the upper back. One more breath. Maybe a breath out through the mouth to let energy pass through. Walk up onto the hands. Bring the hands towards your knees, cross over the feet, come onto your sit bones. We're actually going to roll straight down onto our back. So if you'd like to pop on something, I know I'm still pretty warm, but you know, you can totally bring something as well. Let's lift the feet up over the head. Flex through the toes. Now you can stay here in your waterfall, or we can try find a shoulder stand. What you're going to do is press through the hands. Your first step is just to take the feet up behind you a little bit and kind of stagger your hips back. So you're finding like a lightning bolt situation. If this feels good, you might bring your hands towards your lower back and start to lift your feet up high. Elbows might walk in slightly, squeezing through the glutes, trying to aim the feet to stack over the knees, to stack over the hips, to stack over the shoulders. Drawing the belly button in. And if it feels good, you might walk the hands down your back a little bit further. If this feels comfortable and you want to try Halasana, your plow pose, you might start to take the feet over your head. Keep the hips as stacked as you can over your shoulders. The feet may not touch the ground, or they may do, up to you. Well, up to your body, really. You can keep the hands on your back, or you can take your hands, clasp them together and try rock up a little bit higher onto your shoulders. Final option here, if you'd like, is to bend the knees and take the knees around the ears into deaf man's pose. This is quite a challenging pose, and we haven't done a huge amount of flexion in our class, rounding into a ball, so don't feel like you need to go into the full expression here. One more breath. And then when you're ready, just releasing the hands if you have them clasped. Slow, lower towards the ground. Land with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. Take your hands wide into your Supta Bakasana. Just let the spine recenter. You can always bring the knees in the other way. And we'll finish with a final twist. So start by drawing the right knee over the left knee. You might like to draw the knees up a little bit higher so they're in line with the hips. Left hand might come around the thigh, and you can turn your eye gaze down your other hand. And then when you're ready, just inhaling, coming back through center, and we'll just take the knees over to the other side. Eye gaze might turn down the left hand here. Inhale, come back through center. And then as you exhale, just finding your way into a position that feels comfortable for your Shavasana. That might be with the soles of the feet together and the knees wide again in your Supta Bakasana. Or it might be in a different position. The most important thing is that you feel comfortable. We'll be here for not too long, maybe just a minute or two, to absorb the benefits of our physical practice. Closing down the eyes, bring our attention back into our breath. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. And before we transition back out, can you bring to the mind the same curiosity, the same sense of exploring as you did with your body? bringing a sense of excitement, of not knowing what's coming, not knowing where your mind can go. And not being judgmental or, just not being judgmental of anything that comes up. Just accepting for it, where it is today. Start to breathe a little bit deeper. Bringing some movement back into the body. And then when you're ready, maybe drawing the knees into the chest, we'll roll ourselves up into a seat just to finish out our practice. Keeping our eyes closed. And bring our hands to heart center, carrying that awareness, that curiosity, that exploration back out into the day. Not judging things when they pop up, just noticing, becoming aware. That's the first step to acknowledging and changing anything, is just becoming aware. I thank you so much for coming and practicing and playing and perhaps even sweating with me. It was so great to move with you, and I hope to move with you again soon. Namaste.